you ever wondered about the big company out there that pretty much runs the clothing industry, like with shoes and such? Yeah, okay. Alright, so about Nike. They started off a long time ago, around 1964, and they started off as Blue Ribbon Sports. And they mainly operated for a Japanese shoemaker, Onitsuka Tiger, which is presently known as ASUS. And eventually, around 1971, Nike became a company. Now, Nike only started with $1,200 in the bank, and it was founded by two men. And the first man was Bill Bowerman, who was a track and field coach, and Phil Knight, who was a middle distance runner for the University of Oregon. Now, Phil Knight originally wanted to name it Dimension 6, just because he thought it sounded cool. But he decided to go a different route, and he wanted to kind of get a name that sounds cool and has a good meaning to it. And he went Nike, which is off of the Greek goddess who was named Nike, which is the goddess of victory. The management style is extraordinary here. They love to treat their employees pretty much like their family. They try to make everyone feel equal there, even though they have different jobs or different ranks and all that. The CEO really loves to work hard to just make everybody feel good there, to show a good impression on customers and other companies that carry Nike products. Some fun facts is the first shoes made were pressed in a waffle iron to give it the texture to grip the track. And a student from Portland State University made the swoosh for $35 and eventually gained a stock, which is now worth $640,000. The serial killer Gary Gilmore's last words was, "Let's do it," and that's how Nike got its slogan, "Just do it." The industry, it's pretty self-explanatory what Nike does. It's sports, recreational, they just make clothing and just accessories, you know, they even have it to the point where it's almost just like a natural thing that you wear. Is just, you get nice clothing from Nike now, so you can just pretty much wear it anywhere, anytime you need. So yeah, that's Gary, and that's got a lot of shoes there. The product, they make a lot of products, you know, accessories, clothing, shoes, all sorts of things. The main product consists of clothing, and mainly shoes, not clothing. Their market is famous, like known for shoes. The shoes are like what made Nike, you know. Nike's run off of the shoes. People love to collect the shoes, you know, connoisseurs just have been made out of Nike. So yeah, 5 Forces of Nike is Power of Buyers, which is the, you know, I definitely stuck that on. The consumers are the main power of Nike, so which are us, like, you know, so we buy their stuff, they get the money from us, so we're the big contributors too, as well as professional athletes. The power suppliers are mainly located in the U.S., which just make their shoes and the clothing. They have a lot of factories around the world, which they've got factories in 44 countries, and they have over 1 million workers. The threat of substitutes, mainly every form of retail out there that's got their name out there and it's big. And threat of entrance. Nike tries to make a loyal customer base with good quality power, so they try and make very few threats. They try to get less threats. Industry rivals are pretty much Adidas, Puma, Under Armour, even Vans, because they just all are out there, kind of big. So yeah, that's mine.
That's such a different Jackson. You're gonna have to skip over like 4 slides.
It's over here. It's on my computer.
Oh. So. Wait for the interruption. So, what is the brand of Nike? Nike, like Kale said, It's a brand that started off as a shoe company. It's named after the Greek goddess of victory. They used to mainly market just sports attire with the shoes, but they started expanding their circle and they got into sports equipment and clothes. So now there are a lot of like girls wear the Nike leggings and the running jackets and stuff. Yeah, and the free runs that everyone wore in middle school. So all those different things started coming out. Then they eventually made their way up to making their name with other celebrities such as Jordan. They made the Air Jordans, they got Nike Golf, Nike Skateboarding, which came in with Janowski, and then Nike Dunks and more. So most of the money that they make is off of the apparel and sport gear. They used to make most of the money off of shoes, but now a lot of it is sports equipment and their clothes, because it's like $70 for a pair of socks now. So that's where we're at with that. Their target market, they mainly focus on athletic people. Most kids that play sports, most of it is Nike or Under Armour. If you run, your shoes, Nike, Adidas, stuff like that. Jumping, swimming, other sports like basketball, football, baseball. Yeah. Eventually, like I said, they paired up with is it Stefan Janowski, yeah. And he was a skateboarder, so they eventually got in with the skating crowd and kind of started competing with Vans. So now Vans and Nike kind of have that own skateboard apparel going. So their strengths, a lot of their shoes are lightweight and very durable. Celebrities do wear a lot of them, mostly in basketball. That's where you see them a lot. Whenever you see the swoosh, you know it's Nike. It's just kind of a brand that everyone knows about, and I mean they've made themselves a big brand. They're also very innovative with all their different ideas that they have. Some weaknesses, they don't fit everyone's needs. Some people get Nikes and they just, never mind. But they do tend to be very expensive with their products. They know that they do make some of the better shoes for sports and stuff, so they can make it really expensive if they want, because people will buy it just because it's Nike. They also have a problem with child labor. There is a big child labor problem going on where they do make it in their factories in different countries, but so I'll give that one as a weakness. Some of the opportunities, they do get out to different markets, like when they started going with the skaters and stuff like that. And now that a lot of things have been going on the internet, they make a lot more internet sales now with different discount codes and stuff like that. Threats, their competitors, Under Armour, Adidas, Puma, Vans, and then other people's labor force, depending on how much they want to pay people to make their stuff, can affect Nike. Yeah. Never mind. Forget that.
Okay, so Nike has 3 main sources of competition. Their main source is Puma, Under Armour, and Adidas. So those are the 3. The reason they have a threat with Puma is because Puma's like really big in Europe. Same with Adidas. They're also very huge in Europe. Places like Spain and other places in Europe, a lot of the girls like to wear the Adidas shoes. So those are more popular and they appeal more to the females in places like that. Another big company that they also fight with is New Balance, just because they also make a really good running shoe. That's another favorite shoe that they have in Europe. And other than that, the Under Armour shoe is their really main competition here in the States. That's just because people are either wearing Nike or Under Armour. Under Armour also just signed the new Steph Curry brand, so he's got all the new basketball shoes, the shorts, the shirts, so he's just in line with all the other people. So they're competing, the Jordan is competing with the Steph Curry brand, so that's a huge struggle for Nike. Their advertising, so their main form of advertising is just their apparel itself. They all have the brand name, major brand recognition, so t-shirts, things like that. Also, a lot of professional athletes wear their gear, so you'll see the LeBron shoes, you'll see all these shoes, shorts, basketball teams use them, all kinds of professional teams use them around the world. So celebrities, professional athletes, college athletic teams, so like Oregon is sponsored by Nike. They get a whole different outfit every year, actually every game, sorry, my bad. And so that's how they're sponsored by Nike. And then also TV ads, you see them rarely ever, but Nike sponsors a lot of things. Use of the 4Ps, so their price, we kind of talked about that earlier. They have really high prices, but you really are paying for quality. They have really good clothing stuff, really good line of shoes. So you're getting really nice equipment, it's just you're paying for a higher price. Their product, they have everything from sporting equipment, from shoes, bags, they have lacrosse gear, like they have everything. And then like I said again, all their equipment is super nice. They get like the nice stretchy stuff, the dry fit stuff. They have all their own lines. So the place, they have 700 plus shops around the US, and those are just Nike stores. Other than that, you can find Nike equipment in places like Dick's or other places in the mall, just other sporting shops. They usually carry the Nike shoe, Nike shorts, Nike shirt. Their promotion, so they promote all people to buy their product. They really try to help out the customer, so if you order online, they actually do free shipping. They don't have a set price right now. Actually, I think it's like 25 bucks, but for Nike, that's one product anyways. So they promote that for free shipping. They do summer sales, Veteran Day sales, and this year they had a law enforcement sale, so that's right over there. And they gave like 30% off on the entire store, so as long as you had the coupon, you got 30% off just for Law Enforcement Day. So Nike financials, Nike is actually like a really extremely stable company. This was in 2016, their gross revenue income was 14.47 billion. Their net income was 3.76 billion. And right now their net worth is 28.1 billion. And then their profit margin over the last 5 years, so this was on average, was 44.95. So they're making great money. It's a very strong source. And then so their net income, a lot of their money actually goes back into the product. They spend about almost 60% of the money they make just on the product. And I believe last year they spent over like $4 billion in taxes. It was insane. So they have all kinds of stuff because they import a lot of their stuff from overseas. So they pay on the goods to come back to the US too. These were our references, and then this was our final page.
Thank you.
Very good.